Not that I doubt myself, but every time I look at the recipe and I'm like, oh, should I change this? I always say, trust the recipe. You did this before. Lo and behold, this recipe is really good. Hi everybody, it's Bill from The Walks of Life, and today we're gonna make Singapore noodles. It's a very iconic dish. You'll find it in any Chinese restaurant. Singapore noodles are rice noodles, stir-fried with a delicious curry, a little shrimp, a little tastier, a few vegetables in there. It's very quick and easy to make at home, and I'm gonna show you how. Singapore noodles is one of Judy's favorite things to order at the restaurant whenever we have dim sum or when we go for a quick lunch. But every time she orders it, she asks the waiter, "Ka li, please?" In other words, more curry powder, because a good Singapore noodle has gotta be packed with curry flavor, melded with that thin rice noodles and a little tastier and a little shrimp and a little raw onion side, because a lot of times the chefs cook the onion just until done, so you got a little bite to it. Really complements the curry. And a lot of times restaurants just go a little bit easy on the curry for whatever reason. It's not, maybe it's too spicy or too heavy in curry, but you know, the point of Singapore noodles is you'll want to taste the curry. The base of this dish are these thin rice noodles we soak overnight. It's about 5 ounces dried, and it'll soak up to about 10 ounces. If you're rushed and you want to make it the same day, you could soak it in hot water for about 30 minutes. You could even drop them in boiling water for about a minute, but you gotta be sure to follow the package directions, because not all rice noodles are made the same. One brand, you might be able to soak it in hot water for 30 minutes. Another brand, you soak hot water in 30 minutes and they're melted. For the package that we use, a picture of it's in the post, you could soak it overnight, which is what we've done, or you could soak it in a little hot water. Best to prepare the night before. Now these noodles are actually kind of long and they could impede your mixing in the wok. So what you want to do is take it, you could use kitchen shears, but you could just rip it like this, and you get them about like 8-10 inches, so they're manageable and so they mix easier. And now we're good. Now we have manageable pieces, and these pieces will stir fry much better. They'll spread instead of clump. All right, so let's run through the ingredients. First of all, you need 2 eggs. We're gonna beat these and then cook them in the wok first. Got Tastier. You could buy this from the store. You can make our Tastier recipe. This was out of the freezer. You can make it ahead, freeze it, thaw it, and then use it again. That's what we did with this. Medium to large size shrimp. These are about 31 size. Got a regular onion. You could use a red or a yellow onion. Ginger, a little garlic, a couple of scallions, Napa cabbage, a little carrot, a little weird shaped carrot from our garden, and some red chili peppers, and the spices, of course, curry, sesame oil, Shaoxing wine, soy sauce, salt, pepper, and sugar. Some restaurants don't use soy sauce, but we like to add a little bit of soy sauce for a little bit of umami kick. We're gonna have 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Can't fit my tablespoon in this, so 3 teaspoons. And then I'm gonna use this Oriental curry powder, 1 tablespoon of each. What curry powder do you use? We've got a Jamaican curry powder, we've got an Oriental S&B, we have some Madras curry powder that we use every once in a while. I would go first with the Oriental powder, but you can use any one of these. In fact, today I'm gonna use this Jamaican curry powder and probably mix a little bit of the S&B. Oriental curry powder is a little bit spicy, as is the Madras. Up to you on your spice level, or maybe it's what you have. And now I'm also gonna add a ½ teaspoon of turmeric. Gives it a nice rich yellow color and adds a little bit more flavor. Now this is a good amount of curry powder, so I'm erring on the side of a little bit more. So we're gonna put a teaspoon of salt, sugar, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and about 1/8 of a teaspoon of white pepper. Is this dish spicy? Yes, it's a bit spicy. You can mix up the salt and the spices together. It'll be all ready to go at the wok. Okay, next we're gonna measure 1½ teaspoons of soy sauce and ½ teaspoon of sesame oil. Okay, so now I have my dry ingredients and I have some soy sauce and sesame oil. It's all set. The Shaoxing wine I'm gonna pour separately. Next, we're gonna cut some Napa cabbage, about 9 ounces. So we're gonna wash these and then cut them. I love the sprayer. Power wash the vegetables. So I'm gonna let that soak for a little while. And of course, if you got some bad pieces here, you just can pick it off. We call for 1 scallion, stack them, just cut them in half, that's good enough. Even like this at an angle, and that's ready to go. And then the garlic, do a chop on these. Okay, so the onion, we just wanna julienne. Red onion is better to use. It's a little bit more fragrant. Today we have just this yellow onion, and you want to make sure that you get that tough piece. I know we all like to save onion, and I tell this to Sarah all the time as well. The onion on the outside, it may look good, but it's actually thin and tough. You want to make sure you get a little margin on that. Thinly slice, and make sure you cut that base of the onion off so that everything comes apart. And next, I'm going to process my garden carrot. That's about a medium carrot size, I think. Give it a quick peel. Nothing goes to waste in this household. These are going to get processed and chopped up for the chickens so they can lay really rich eggs. And what they don't eat goes into the compost pile. And then I'm going to cut these carrots. Now, the way you cut the carrots, if you got a flat edge, which we actually do, but I'm going to show you, you're going to get another piece of flat edge, and then you got a solid footing on this carrot and just slice it. So then what you do is you take these pieces, you stack them, you julienne it. Okay, that's the julienne carrots. We're going to put that along on the other side of the plate. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to process the shrimp. Now the shrimp come cleaned and deveined on the outside with a little tail on it. I took off the tail, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open these up slightly so that they sit like this. We have about 12 of these shrimp, so I'm just going to go through these real quick. All right, those are ready to go. Next, we're gonna julienne up 4 ounces of Tastier. I like to stack them up a little bit, and then I just cut them at a little bit of an angle and try to keep them all similar size. And the Tastier is ready to go. The only thing left to do is beat these eggs. And these eggshells don't go to waste. We actually let them dry out, crush them up, and feed them back to the chickens.
Which sounds bad, but they need grit.
They do.
People are like, what? You're eating your own chicken tails?
I beat these chicken eggs up. All right, we've got our Napa cabbage. What I like to do is stack these nice and neatly here. And I got this rough part, the bottom of the cabbage that I cut off. And some of you might be wondering why we actually wash them whole and then julienne it after. Look at how much surface area that you're exposing the potential dirt or pesticides to, whereas normally they would be sealed against that, right? So the only thing about this julienne is try to cut them in uniform size, uniform length. Napa cabbage will shrink right up, and you absolutely need vegetables in this dish. Any noodle dish, you should have a good amount of vegetables for it to taste good. All right, so we're at the wok now. We've got all of our ingredients at hand's reach. What I wanted to mention was that we also prepared a cup of hot water at the end so the noodles don't dry out. We might have to use it. You can use chicken stock as well, but it's really important to keep those noodles kind of moist and slippery, just like in our lo mein video. So check that out as well. Hot wok, cold oil. We're gonna cook our egg. It's okay to break up the egg and back into the bowl.
Best results, wash your wok with water.
That's right, best results. Water, no soap. Okay, now we're gonna let this wok heat up again. Make sure it's dry so you don't get a little spattering. We're gonna put our dried chili peppers in there, put a little oil, about a tablespoon or so. The shrimp, the Tastier, give everything a toss. And I'm gonna put the garlic in, then add a little Southern wine. We'll also add carrots. Got high heat at this point.
The shrimp are butterflying.
Yes, they are butterflying very nicely. This dish comes together real quick. I can use this wok and I can toss this like this. Or I can also use the wok spatula, like this. Now we're gonna add the noodles, let everything heat up. It's okay to get a little scorch on the bottom. You're gonna get a little wok hay if you're lucky. So get everything somewhat mixed together. We got our curry powder mixture, sugar, salt, turmeric, white pepper, scoop and lift, scoop and lift, scoop and lift. Oh yeah, look at all that. It's good curry. Now you got clumps forming. See, I did a little cutting motion there. Maybe I didn't get it all. And the nice thing, you see that? There's a little bit of sticking happening. So hey, if you've got the wok spatula, you just make sure you hit the bottom of that. We'll add the egg, break that up a little. And then we're gonna add our onion and scallion in. Now this is where I said, hey, get that water ready. because it is looking a little bit dry. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water at this point. So I'm gonna add the soy sauce. And this is ready to serve. Look at that rich color, and it just, that curry flavor just smells so nice. We're not messing around here. This is a family-sized portion. Now, if you think this is too much for you to handle at once, you can have this recipe and cook it twice. And that is how you cook Singapore noodles at home.
Aren't you gonna taste it?
Taste it? Now, let's go. All right, let's give this Singapore noodles a go. This homemade recipe is definitely like the equivalent of 2 orders, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah.
Look how these shrimp, a little bit of work and you butterflied them open, they just look so delightful. Get a little bit of Tastier here. Okay, this is the perfect bite. And do I have enough curry? This is perfectly seasoned. It's so good. We had this at dim sum during Christmas, New Year's, and this is so much better.
It was paler than pale.
Listen, folks, if you like a Singapore Mei Fun, Singapore noodles, you have to try this at home. You don't have to have that wok. You can use it in a pan, but you have to try it. If you've had it before in the restaurants and you make it at home and you make this dish, you're just gonna be amazed. So if you like Singapore noodles and you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and visit us at thewalksoflife.com. Thanks, folks. All right, you can eat now. You're off the clock.
We gotta get Mom. All right, the real aficionado of Singapore noodles is
Okay,
around.
here's the real critic. Dun, dun, dun.
It looks good. Visually, is it curried enough?
I prefer a little bit more sugar.
Really?
It's one of those people who always got something to say.
There's always something.
Well, in a Cantonese restaurant, which is where I usually order this, I always ask the waiter, said, I want more curry powder because the noodle comes out barely yellow. And I like a very strong curry flavor.
So how is this dish compared to the last time you had it out at the restaurant?
I could use a little bit more sugar because I think that will...
It's probably because of the
Melt.
turmeric, extra turmeric.
Yeah, I think that will blend things better.
This is what a long-suffering husband looks like.
Hey, you asked me for my opinion.
Are you enjoying yourself?
The fact that it's in front of me, obviously, it's somebody made it for me, is like, I'm very appreciative.